there was a terrorist attack in Kashmir that killed 27 people, I believe.
29.
29 people.
Why not?
Most of those were Hindus, and the terrorist was very specifically checking their ID to make sure they were Hindus before they killed them. But there was a Muslim man who got killed trying to stop the attack. Now, also I've heard. Now, someone on X says the sole person, the sole entity responsible for this attack is the government of India. How do you react to that?
Okay, before reacting to anything, there are two things I would say firsthand that I have a bias. I am from Pakistan, and with my bias, I would answer a few questions. So, to have the neutrality, I will try to stay as neutral as I can, but of course, I have my emotions attached to it. First of all, I think there is a lot of information coming in, and it's really, really hard to verify and to say that this information is correct and this is not. Particularly a Muslim guy jumping in and saving. We do not have a factual reporting or factual news to confirm that this really happened. On the other side, this event that they were explicitly checking IDs before killing is also I won't say false news, but it is alleged news, I would say.
Right. We don't have a good source on that
Source
yet.
on, yeah. So I think there is a lot of propaganda going on. First of all, let's condemn the attack, because innocent civilians, wherever they're killed in Kashmir, they're killed in Israel, Palestine, they're killed in Sudan or Saudi Arabia or Pakistan. That is condemnable action, right? And but whoever did that didn't do a good thing. I don't support, or neither of us support that kind of action. It just triggered two nuclear powers on the verge of war. In the aftermath of this attack, India took very strong actions, and they nullified the Indus River Treaty agreement with Pakistan. It's Indus River Treaty Agreement, which allows the control of rivers. We'll go in that later on in this show, but overall, right now, Pakistan and India are pretty much head to head, and they are ready to go into another war. God forbid. I don't want to see that.
Now, let's be clear here for a second. This attack was not perpetrated by the government of Pakistan, right?
No.
Is there any, like, even alleged links to, like, ISI or something?
Okay, so the thing is, we gotta go deep into that, right? Okay. So India's response always been, whenever there is an attack on Indian soil, it automatically defaults to Pakistan, whether Pakistan direct involvement is there or not. Why is that? That in the past, Pakistani military groups, right? Not military, militant groups, had their bases in Pakistan, and they used to operate in Kashmir. So there is a legacy, not to say that there is not, right? But this recent attack, India's government is claiming that all three attackers were Pakistani national, but that again is allegedly a claim that has any ground, that Pakistan have not confirmed that they were their citizens. It's highly likely that they are Kashmiri citizens, because what's going on in Kashmir is also a topic that we need to cover some other day, that the conditions trigger certain type of responses, and we have to see this is the first type of attack on civilians. Generally, militants in Kashmir used to attack military installments and military convoys and stuff, but this is of one type, that the civilians are attacked. But again, now I'm going to connect these two. Pakistan is using its proxies in Kashmir, because it is a place where Pakistan have very strong hold intelligence wise, right? India, a few months ago, they did an attack in Quetta with Balochistan Liberation Army, in BLA, that is pretty active in the province of Balochistan, where they hijacked, or hijacked is not the word, where they hijacked a train, and then there was a rescue mission, and some people killed. And so I think it's tit for tat. Both agencies are playing dirty here. I won't side with one and the other and say, no, 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 India is all good and Pakistan is always wrong, or neither. I would say, Pakistan is all good and India is all wrong. It's all about the power game. So if you hit me, I hit you, then it goes back and forth, right? So the timing of it was very important. Modi was on a visit to Saudi Arabia, right? And this happened. So Pakistan, I mean, it's a big statement to make, but I'll still make it. Whether we like it or not, Pakistan involvement is there. Pakistan state level involvement, I won't say, but intelligence wise, there is Pakistani intelligence involvement. It's 100% sure. And the same token, India's intelligence is involved when any attack happen in Pakistan. So it's always given. Who understand Pakistan's politics or India's politics know these facts. So that's that.
So to put this in the historical nomenclature of like the West, could you say that India and Pakistan have been in a Cold War for a long time, and Kashmir is a potential sort of proxy of that and a potential trigger point for that?
Yes. And the problem, I like to go back in history a bit. 1947, that's where Britishers left us with a lot of troubles. And
James.
Excuse me, Jives. I'm not sure if this country here fits into India or Pakistan. It's fine. Just draw some dotted lines. We'll work it out later.
Yeah, like not all the blame on Britishers too, because they did whatever they could in very short time span. And the original agreement, let's go back and like to just wrap it up real quick. That what happened back in 1947, the partition was based on, okay, the princely states going to decide where they want to join Pakistan or India, whereas the entities that are directly governed by Britishers will be decided on majority of population. So all the majority areas that have Muslims go to Pakistan, and so on and so forth about Hindus in India. So that's how it got divided. But there was so many states, princely states. Kashmir was one of them. But the problem with Kashmir was little unique. It was Muslim majority state ruled by a Hindu ruler. And Hindu ruler at that time decided to stay neutral. Right. He said, we want independent Kashmir. We don't want no Pakistan, no India. We will decide later. That's what more exact. But what happened then, because it was Muslim majority, there was uprising within Kashmir from Kashmiris. It wasn't there straight away Pakistanis going in. To help them, there was a group of Pashtuns went to help them. And of course, there was reports of loot and plunder as well. Whenever those type of militias goes, they do that. It's not something that just was unique in that. So Pakistan militias went in, and that escalated situations further because the Maharaja was losing its territories and he was not able to fight those things. So what he did, he asked India for help. So India said, if you annex Kashmir to India, we will help you. And then he signed the documents, and that's where Indian army came in. And the agreement that once you get rid of those, you go back, right? But India never went back. And meanwhile, there was an area of Kashmir that is now part of Pakistan called Gilgit-Baltistan, the northern territories of Pakistan. So those people, the Gilgit scouts, they fought and they liberated their section. So it just became independent from Kashmir. But it is still, from Indian perspective, it is still part of Kashmir. In Pakistan, it's not part of Kashmir. So Kashmir is very tangled type of issue. And why it is? Now the question is why India and Pakistan can't resolve this problem for so long. It is because of the location of Kashmir where it is located, right? Punjab, Indian Punjab and Pakistani Punjab is considered bed of both India and Pakistan. Right, it's a plains, Indus Ganges plains, right? So, and all this water comes from Kashmir. So it is very, very hard for India to give up all those water channels or supplies. For Pakistan, the only way to get to China is through that I'm saying Kashmir,
Right.
right? If they give up on Kashmir, then they lose their access to China. So it is more than impossible for both of the countries to give up based on like agreement on table. So, and then there is this issue, which is of course not new in the sense that there is always some kind of incidents happening in Kashmir, and there is a lot of things. So yeah.
So what you're
Big-
saying is the best solution is for Xi Jinping and China to take over Kashmir. Then everybody has access to China.
Well, China have taken some part of Kashmir, Aksai Chin, in a year and a half ago, I guess. So yes, China is on the northern side, Pakistan on the western, and India on the east, and the people of Kashmir are suffering. Then UN intervene and they say there's going to be a legislation. Let people of Kashmir decide what they want. Neither Pakistan, neither India agreed on leaving the choice to the people whether they want to join Pakistan or India or they want to stay independent. You know, the irony is India is ready to accept that either you want to stay independent or you want to join India. They don't give an option of joining Pakistan. On the other hand, Pakistan does not agree on the same terms. They don't want to let them to join India. There's like either join Pakistan or stay independent, right? And nobody asks Kashmiris.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, China's in the back, like hiding behind the tree.
Yeah, but coming back to attack, what are the future consequences? What is happening? So, terminating this Indus treaty has a great consequences. Pakistan official statement was if India blocked our water, then it will be considered an act of war. And when Pakistan said that, they were serious about it. Because as I said, Pakistan's water is coming from Kashmir, right? And India, they both agreed that who controls these particular rivers. Punjab is derived from the word five rivers, the land of five rivers, right? So there is a treaty that India controls this much rivers, then Pakistan had the right on this much rivers, right? So if India just terminates single-handedly, then I think it will have large consequences. And God forbid, again, I say that we don't want to see two nuclear countries head to head on this particular issue.
Right. I think I didn't realize how severe the threat of war actually was right now, because I mean, this is going to be a massive clash if it happens, because India is like 1.4 billion and Pakistan is what, 300 million?
Pakistan, yeah, somewhere around it. I don't know exactly.
But we're talking hundreds of millions, right?
Yes, that's for sure.
And two nuclear powers.
Yes. Very sloppy. But, when you were talking earlier about like factions and how they're being like used as proxies, can you tell us a little bit more about the TRF?
TRF?
Yeah, the Resistance Front. This is the group that actually took
Yeah,
responsibility
yes.
for the attack.
Yeah, TRF. I mean, these are all new names, right? Now the strategy, the ISI changed its strategy. I don't know if I'm saying this and I'll be allowed to go back to Pakistan, but I still say it because I think speaking truth is the way for me particularly. That ISI controlled factions, and before it was Lashkar-e-Taiba. Lashkar-e-Taiba was the one frontier from controlled by Pakistan military, right, and do actions in Kashmir. But now, since with the international pressure that Pakistan is funding terrorists and blah blah blah, right? So what they did is change their strategy, is just to hire train people from within Kashmir. How Pakistan is able to do that, God knows. I don't know. Right? India is 3-4 times bigger than Pakistan, more advanced than Pakistan. Still, they are not able to fight those things. But again, this is true with every other conflict, right? So this is the offshoot of Lashkar-e-Taiba, to answer your question. And these guys are based in in Kashmir, and they operate from within Kashmir. So there is no cross-border walk-in doing things in Kashmir by just crossing over the border from Kashmir, right?
Right.
So that is not happening. So this is what India always accused Pakistan of, that there is intervention from the other side of the border, which in this case is not happening. So I don't know.
So, in short, it's very unlikely to come directly from the central government of Pakistan, but very likely intelligence agencies in a game of one-upmanship in attacks between intelligence agencies on both sides, which is in danger of plunging India and Pakistan into war.
Yeah, I mean, like India has done a lot of things in Pakistan in recent past, and because there is a lot of turbulence in Pakistan, particularly on our western front, right? There is Balochistan, which it is asking for its liberation, and there one of the frontiers is BLA, Balochistan Liberation Army, and it is a known fact that Indian intelligence agency RAW is at the back of BLA.
Surprise, surprise.
And I am not making these claims because I am Pakistani. There are many proofs, Indian involvement when Afghanistan was under Karzai's government, how 11 consulates were established. What was the interest of India in Afghanistan, particularly given that India has anti-Muslim sentiment going on a big time, right? Why they want to invest in Afghanistan so much? So it was because it was Western frontier with Pakistan and they can operate. So that is one thing. Again, given the circumstances right now between India and Pakistan, India is opting for a false flag operation. You remember, I don't know if you guys recall that there was a little dogfight between India and Pakistan a couple of years ago when India said we bombed the terrorist site. I come from that same place. And let me tell you that nothing happened there. It was completely media propaganda. And when I say I come from there, I am literally from that place. Literally. Right? And I know there was a madrasa existed, but they say that they destroyed that madrasa. Madrasa is still standing there, right? And there's not. I don't know whether terrorists were trained in that madrasa or not, but the attack was not on that madrasa. It just they threw the bomb in nowhere and kind of like went back. So they will still do this kind of propaganda thing to just to impress their own people.
Yeah, that honestly sounds sensible.
Yeah.
So to summarize this segment, both countries are playing a dangerous game. So not only should we be praying for the families of the people who have lost loved ones in this terrorist attack, we should also be praying that India and Pakistan will avoid war and cooler heads will prevail over this issue.